Good morning my friends, I'm Koren from Bristol CBD and the Koren Care Centre, and today I'm going to show you how to make a super quick and easy exfoliating body scrub, which you can add CBD oil to if you so desire. So the main ingredients that we've got here are coffee grounds, and these are used coffee grounds, so great way to recycle your coffee, and it has the added bonus of really smoothing out the skin, and apparently very good for circulation as well. So we've got half a cup of coffee grounds, we've got half a cup of brown sugar. I really love this kind of quite dark demerara sugar because it has a really good soft consistency for exfoliating. So half a cup of coffee grounds, half a cup of brown sugar, a quarter of a cup of oatmeal, and I've whisked this up in the food processor to make it a very fine consistency, so it's tiny little particles of oats in there. So we've got a quarter of a cup of those. Oats are fantastic for healing and soothing the skin, so they often would be used for conditions like eczema or very dry, sore skin, and they're fantastic in the bath as a standalone. You can make what's called oat milk, an oat milk bath. So just fill a sock up with some oats, a handful of oats, tie a knot in it, put it in the bath, and your bath will turn into this really lovely milky consistency, and then you can use the oat ball, the oat sock, and just rub it over your skin to soothe it. So really fantastic for itchy, sore, irritated skin. And then we're also using a quarter of a cup of coconut oil. We've got this, and that's melted down, so just gently heated. And then we've got the zest of 1 lemon, and we're going to add a little bit, about 1/8 of a cup of olive oil, and then we've got our dark whole plant CBD, and this is a 10% one. I like to use this one because it's a little bit stronger, so we wouldn't need quite so much of it, and that keeps the exfoliating balm a nice consistency. And generally I would always go for the whole plant because it has all of the beneficial constituents in it. And then, this is not necessary, but just for an extra little kick, I love to add a little bit of, this is a doTERRA essential oil, and this one is lemon, just to give a little bit of a boost to the lemon zest. Lemon is very cleansing, detoxifying and astringent, and it gives a brightness to dull skin. So that's why we add the lemon. So literally, all we're going to do with this, guys, is pop it all in a bowl here. So the whole lot is going in. Coffee grounds, so that's half a cup of coffee grounds, half a cup of brown sugar. We've got a quarter of a cup of fine ground oats, and then a quarter of a cup of melted coconut oil. We've got the zest of 1 lemon. Pop it all in there. And then I'm not going to add any CBD to this one, but if you wanted to put CBD oil in, I would probably put 1 pipette full of the 10%, or if you were using the 5%, then maybe you would use 2 pipettes full. And I would generally only add the CBD oil if you're going to use it in the bath. The reason being that you really want to soak in the oil so that it can get into the skin. And if you're using it in the shower, you would wash it off quite quickly, so you wouldn't get the full benefits of the oil. But in the bath, it's absolutely fab, as are all of these other ingredients. So what I would tend to do is get in the bath, wet my skin, grab a handful of the scrub, have a good scrub down all over, and then leave all the residue of the scrub in the bath so that you can soak in it and get all the yumminess from it. So the last things to add is a little bit of the olive oil and a few drops of the doTERRA essential oil, which smells divine. So I'm going to put just 2 to 3 drops of that in. Do be careful with citrus oils because they can be, when they're this concentrated, they can be a little bit irritating to sensitive skin, and also they photosensitize the skin. So if you're going out on a hot sunny day, then you don't really want to use strong citrus essential oils. So, and then the last ingredient, I'm just adding about 1/8 of a cup of olive oil. So that's going in there all the other ingredients, and then we're going to give it a good mix together. And you can actually get your hands into this if you wanted to and give it a really, really good squidge, which I am probably going to do in a minute just because I love getting my hands messy, and actually it just mixes it up really, really well. And then the amazing thing with this exfoliating scrub, one of the things that I think is quite magical about it is that it tastes absolutely divine. So you could essentially eat it. Now, coffee grounds, they're not something that we typically think of eating, but if you eat them, they contain loads of antioxidants. You'll get more caffeine from them if you want the caffeine hit, and they'll boost your memory, your concentration, good for post-exercise fatigue, and yeah, they taste really, really, really good. So if you did want to make this into a slightly more chocolatey, yummy, edible mix, then what I would do is take out the olive oil. So the last 1/8 of a cup of olive oil, replace that with an 1/8 of a cup of cacao butter, and then mix in about 1/4 of a cup of cacao powder. And again, mix it all together, and then you could make it into little balls or put it into little ice cube molds and stick it in the freezer, and you've got some really, really delicious coffee, lemony, sweet, yummy, chocolatey little bites, and you can eat away to your heart's content. So once that's all mixed up, and actually it doesn't look like I need to get my hands in there because it's mixed up really, really well, you can pop it into a jar. So I like to use these little clip top ones. They're perfect for popping in the bathroom. And you pop it all in there, and then you just wait for the coconut oil to set. So once that's at room temperature, that should make it go quite hard. And if afterwards you find that it's a little bit too oily for your liking, then add a little bit more of the oats or a little bit more of coffee grounds, just to make it a little bit drier. But I love it absolutely like that. That's perfect. And then lid on, and we're all good to go. Amazing. Enjoy. And if you like the video, please click the thumbs up and subscribe below.